Welcome back to the Limerick Post Show with me, Meghann, Scully. I'm delighted now to be joined by Lost Boys. How are you guys getting on?
What's up?
We're pretty good,
Well, Michael, we'll go to you first. How are you getting on?
Oh, it's fine. I'm just back home with my dad and my three brothers, so it's a busy house.
So you're at home. That's where you're isolating in Limerick, is it?
Yeah, in Limerick, County Limerick, Castleconnell.
Lovely stuff. Patrick, where are you isolating?
I'm in Limerick City at the moment, my own apartment here in Limerick. So
Fabulous. Pather?
I'm in Dubai, isolating in an apartment.
How is Dubai going? I've heard it's quite tough over there at the moment.
They're strict, but
yeah.
I mean the cases are very low at the minute, which is good sign.
And Peter, yourself?
I'm back in Limerick now, back in Castleconnell, thank God.
Lads, what is it like now being a band and being a part? I know obviously, Pather, you've been in Dubai for quite a while, but for the rest of you as well, like now that you're bringing out new music, but you're actually not allowed to see each other and not allowed to hang out together. What's it like?
It's interesting, all right. I mean, I think it's the longest time I haven't seen any of the guys ever, because especially I've known them all so long. But I mean, we're getting by. I mean, we pushed ahead of the release of one single, Sadie, which we actually recorded about a year ago, but we kind of decided we'd push it ahead because we had an EP coming out in the summer. But I mean, since it's kind of everything, all our plans aren't working out at the moment, so we said we'd bring it forward. And
you're absolutely getting it, because I think a lot of people at the moment are listening to a lot of Irish music and supporting it. And for me anyways, in my household, Sadie is the name of my grandmother and one of my cousins. So this song is going to go down so well with so many of my family members. Michael, tell me about bringing a song out in isolation and the kind of reception so far.
Yeah, I think we were kind of in a pretty lucky position that we had stuff to release just coincidentally. Like we just finished recording a music video down in Cork for our song Gemini, and that was in the works, so we had that to be released. And we nearly had our entire EP done. I think we have one more day left in the studio to get the whole thing out. So I think it's a really good time to be releasing music, but it's kind of hard to actually create music, produce music at the moment, unless as a full band for sure, because you can't get to a studio. But like we had content, which is what we're kind of lucky with in that sense. But it's also a pretty good opportunity to kind of, I don't know, get a bit creative. Like, so we've been trying to write some tunes from our isolation, and we did try to do that kind of a cappella cover of Sadie that we released last week, and that got a pretty good reception. And that's kind of something we never would have done, I don't think, if this hadn't happened. So it's kind of like, we have stuff to be doing, and it's kind of forcing us to be creative, and we're ended up doing projects that we never would have done if we weren't in isolation. So in that sense, that's the silver lining, I guess.
It is pretty cool. Patrick, how are you finding it now, would say, in the creative sense? You said there about doing the acapella. Like, is it kind of, it's interesting to get to do things maybe you never got to do before?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think, I suppose immediately you probably think of it as like a complete brick wall in your way of doing anything sort of to do with music or being in a band. But I think there's always another path, and it might take some time for you to find that path. But like we found a way, to still make music. We recorded, music from home. We could all send it together, edit it together. Like, especially with what you can do with the internet nowadays, what you can do with a phone, you can do so much. So there's less in our way. So there's always a way we can find something to do something. And like we're still planning. Like we managed to get Sadie out, and then we're kind of planning the future. Then we obviously still want to release the music. We put a lot of time into it and stuff. And then we don't want to let this kind of get in the way of us releasing the music that we put like so much time into and that we kind of really care about as well. So we're going to try, find some more different paths that we can go down and, explore some more creative options as well. So.
Well, I suppose, Pather, last time we spoke to you, you were back home for a visit, and I suppose you've kind of been almost doing this long distance music with the lads. So I suppose for you, it's probably not as different, but how are you finding it now that you're all kind of in the same boat?
Yeah, it's almost refreshing in a way, because it's sort of leveled out the playing field between a lot of us, like none of us can really do anything on our own. So it sort of brought us all into the mix, we all have to be doing bits. We don't have an excuse anymore. We don't have an excuse to not be working towards things for the band now, because, I know a lot of our workloads have sort of come down a lot. We can't go outside for the most part. We can't be, going out on the piss. We can't be meeting up with people. So we really, I think it's sort of focused us a lot in a way, because this is, this is what we're passionate about, and it's given us a lot of time to work towards this, it's good.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool as well, because as you said, you can do so much different things now in isolation, because any bands I've talked to, they're actually almost getting extra creative. It's like, well, what can we do with this spare time? Let's make it into a positive. Peter, where can we find the new track Sadie for those who haven't heard it yet?
At the moment, we only have a teaser out on Instagram and Facebook, so it's kind of a small little bedroom version of the song, where we have Patrick playing guitar, Michael Patter, and our friend Aoife Mead singing, who also features in the track, which is coming out on Friday. And we also have to give a shout out to Deirdre Doherty, who plays fiddle on the track as well. But
so
come Friday,
follow you all over social media to make sure you know.
All over social media. It'll be everywhere. I'm sure you'll find it. But all the main places like Spotify and YouTube and Apple Music and whatever you have.
Lovely stuff. Well, lads, give us all a final one word each, or one kind of sentence each. How are you getting on at the moment in self-isolation? You can take it one at a time and tell me.
Patrick, you start.
Oh, you're so kind. Well, I suppose like kind of slowly getting used to it, kind of finding our stride again, or finding my stride again anyway. So you don't know how long it's going to be, so I suppose just getting used to it and carrying on as usual.
Heather?
Yeah, finding a way to adapt, I suppose, is a good way to look at it.
Michael?
I don't think I've ever had so much time and got so little done. And I think I'd be a lot happier if I was finished college, but I'm in fourth year at the moment. So is Patrick, and it's a bit hectic, but it's a weird time.
Peter?
I mean, it's rough being inside all the time. I went for a run the other day and I had an asthma attack. It was awful. So it's hard to get out of the couch, but sure, look, we're all getting through it.
And as we said, Friday, Sadie is out, and I'm sure if we follow you guys across all social media, Lost Boys, we're going to have more stuff coming on the way. And as I said, you're getting as creative as you can. Lost Boys, thank you so much for chatting to us again on the Limerick Post Show.
Meghann, thanks a
million, Meghann. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Walking over the living, looking up at a jet plane, thinking of somewhere I'd never been.